Welcome to Dallas, Texas. This is my second day on my trip to find a Tesla Roadster. So the first day was in Atlanta. If you saw that video, it was yesterday. I went and checked out a car that was around $35,000 that had been in an accident. It was white. Wasn't really the car that I was looking for. So I just took the red eye to here in Dallas, Texas. I have like 1 hour of sleep. And we're gonna check out a Roadster that is blue and black. It looks like what's inside colors. It feels like it's the one. Like, it looked really good. It hasn't been in an accident. It's a good looking car. And if you remember from yesterday's video, I wasn't able to even ride inside of that car because I had a flat tire. So today will be the first time that I've ever even driven in a Tesla Roadster. We got 55 referrals for a Tesla Roadster, which qualifies us for a free Roadster. So my plan is to take that money, the $50,000 that I put as a deposit for the Tesla Roadster, and put that toward a first generation Roadster. Seems to make sense. That money was already earmarked to be money for a Tesla Roadster. It's just not the $250,000 Roadster. So over the next year, I want to be able to drive a first generation Roadster, get a feel for it. That way when I get the next gen Roadster, I can really compare it. And yes, my wife did sign off on this plan. So I'm just in this parking lot waiting for the Roadster to appear. So I'm kind of nervous because I feel like this is the one as long as everything checks out with it. But I'm going to take you along for the adventure and see what this car is all about. Look at that. Okay, first impressions. This car is gorgeous. Check out the leather on the inside. Blue leather and then the black leather. This has been rebuilt right here, so it's stronger and it is leather. It's like one of the upgraded options that wasn't on there before. And then these seats, I love that. I love the stitching. Blue and black. Time to go on a ride. I've never actually ridden in one before. I'm not gonna drive it. I have like 1.5 hours of sleep last night. Probably shouldn't be driving. I'm squeezed in. Okay, it's not as tight as I thought. It's not as bad.
In true Tesla fashion, when it turns on, this is all you hear. Space buttons here, going and drive.
And when's the last time you drove a car or a truck that doesn't have power steering? Because this one doesn't. I don't know why. Why would they not put it in there? The acceleration is pretty good in this thing. So it's faster than our 100D Model X. It's slower than our P100D Model X. It does feel, because you're lower to the ground, the shocks are a little bit harder and bouncier. You kind of feel like you're like in a little go-kart. It makes it feel a little bit quicker than it really is. See how low that minivan is? We are so incredibly low in this car. Look at this, like I can see underneath that car in front of us. A big truck earlier came into our lane and kind of cut us off, and apparently that happens all the time in this car. So you definitely have to be careful. It's not like the Model S and the Model X that has the cameras and everything in it that warns you that something's coming. It's just one wiper. Okay, turning radius.
Turning radius is actually worse than the Model S, which is sad.
Are you serious?
Yep. So, you gotta go really slow and you gotta use all your muscles. Here we go.
One thing that's really cool about this Roadster is that you hear the acceleration in the motor, which is something you don't hear in the S and the X, or the 3. It makes this really unique sound when you accelerate. There it is. Have you seen the movie The Dark Knight? There's the Batpod, that motorcycle that rides around. Interesting fact is that the noise on that motorcycle that it makes in the movie wasn't that making the noise. It was the Tesla Roadster, actually the second prototype that they ever made, the one they let the press ride in a lot. So right here is the power electronics module. This thing that says Tesla Motors and looks really, really cool. The actual engine would be down underneath it there. It'd be the size of maybe a watermelon. And then right here is the battery pack. And what's cool is over here, you can hear the liquid cooling going through it. There you go, world's smallest touchscreen right there.
Makes cute noises too.
Apparently there's 6,831 batteries inside of an original Tesla Roadster, and they're totally different batteries than what Tesla uses now in their cars. So that's why you can't really use it on the supercharging network. If I wanted to drive it from here in Dallas all the way back to Utah, it would kind of be a pain because you can't stop at the superchargers. I'd have to stop at maybe an RV park and plug in, or just find little places. Destination chargers should work for this. If some hotels have that, I can plug in. But it would take a long time. This is number 523 that was ever made. If you look at a Roadster and you look at the VIN numbers, you look at the last few numbers, there were only about 2,400 Roadsters totally made. Maybe 1,400 or 1,500 of those were actually in the US. And there were only around 88 electric blue Teslas made. So this is, in a way, one of a kind. For now, I'm gonna think about it. I think it's the one I wanna get.